Hello and happy Aries New Moon. Happy new lunar cycle for the new moon system. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm Robin. Welcome to Nest of Guidance and welcome to your Aries New Moon intuitive tarot reading. Before I get into anything else, please know that there are going to be timestamps linked down below in the description because I am feeling that this might be a little bit of a longer channel that I am pulling through from Spirit today. So you have the power, the authority, and the choice with this Aries New Moon and with my reading to choose your own adventure. Let's get right into it. When I was tuning in to the energy of this Aries New Moon, which takes place on the 17th of April to April 30th for the last 2 weeks of this month of April, the first intuitive channel that I received was a vision of an emperor, a king, a person in authority, kind of sitting, not squirming, but just like adjusting is how it's coming through, intentionally adjusting in their throne, because it's this energy of you're not going to be sitting for very long. The energy of action and momentum and the picking up of the pace and the energies is gathering. So it's this personal authority energy coming through of just getting ready to get off your seat. I'm hearing get off your butt. That energy, that time is coming soon, rather soon. I'm hearing from Spirit as I say that. And then the other thing I heard was this clairaudient message of be prepared, because again, you can feel it in your body potentially if you're tuning into this message, that the energies are gathering, the momentum is picking up, the tired energy of winter is about to rise and awake. And so we feel that, like, agitated, we need to adjust, we're feeling like the almost antsy energy of being in our bodies and ready to act, which is all what this new moon in Aries is about. And with those two channels coming through, those two messages of just being prepared in a state of confidence, personal authority, and power, and intuitiveness as well, because Aries is very passionate, very inspired, very go-getter, active energy, but it can also be kind of brash. So I'm hearing like test yourself, gauge yourself, if it is actually time to act on this energy, or if it is time to not quite yet, is how it's coming through. And another message that's just coming through now is if this is coming through for you in a way of inspiring yourself to get ready or inspiring others to get ready, use I statements to motivate yourself and motivate others into action by using yourself as the example to inspire others into action and into inspiration and into movement and into momentum. There's no reason to bark orders is how it's coming through right now. That will actually put out the fire of this energy if we're too brash, if we're too irrational, if we're too rushed. The king, the emperor, the Aries energy, it is personal authority and power and action. And if you are sitting in a place in peace with personal authority and action and power, you know you don't need to rush, because that action is coming from your heart and your intuition and not from your mind, your ego, or external forces that might be trying to pull you along faster than you know as your own personal authority you are meant to move. So I have quite a bit of cards to get into, and I'm actually going to go into these two Emperor cards that I pulled specifically that came through for this reading from the Mystical Moment Tarot of Mystical Moment, because the Emperor Major Arcana card in tarot is directly connected to Aries, and it is all about personal authority, personal control, and personal power. And this lovely deck actually portrays the divine feminine emperor and the divine masculine emperor, where traditionally it's just portrayed as the divine masculine. So these are the energies that we're tapping into, and you can see the similarities in these two cards. Both have the castles that show that lovely personal power, personal authority, and vast amount of experience. Both have that regal, in control, in charge energy, but neither of them are in a state of rush or unpreparedness. This emperor speaks with vast amount of experience, but also compassion, as opposed to brashness, which is symbolized by the flowers on his cloak. And he sits regal, waiting for the opportunity and the inspiration and the intuition and discernment to move forward. There's no rushing the emperor. You don't want to rush the emperor. And then the divine feminine emperor is also quite confidently standing in her kingdom, and she has connections to all of her sources and energy. And I will tell you, when I first tuned into this deck, this picture kind of set me off a little bit differently than it's actually interpreted, because she does have strings attached to all of her subjects, all of the energies that are surrounding her, surrounding you in your kingdom. But these are tethers of protection and not tethers of binding. So from a state of personal power and confidence and experience and compassion, you have the know-how, the heart and the mind and coherent energy to protect what is yours, so that it doesn't stray or fall behind or be taken from you in any type of way, whether that's energetically, physically, mentally, or emotionally. You have them all within reach, I'm hearing, with this emperor. So know that with this energy, you are in control, you are sovereign, whether you're divine masculine, whether you're divine feminine. And it doesn't even, I'm hearing Spirit say, like, it's not even about how you identify, it's the energy that you feel within. So whether you're a divine masculine body or a divine feminine body watching this, what energy are you feeling within, and which of these energies or this energy combined resonates with you? Because that's what matters. It's the heart that leads the actions forward. And one of the other messages I heard with this new moon in Aries is that this is the start of something new. Because Aries is the very first sign in astrology of the full 12 signs, it is this energy of this is the start of something new. So this is the perfect time to tap into your divine, sovereign, and empowered energy to start that something new. And the two cards that I pulled here from two different moonology decks say so. Each new moon is the start of something new. And this is not just the start of something new that you've dealt with before. This is a new start, fresh, bright, new energy. And not just is it a new moon, it is a new moon in a full new moon lunar year. Because again, Aries is the beginning, the very beginning, fresh start in the year of 2026, which is all about new beginnings. So this new beginning coming in with this Aries new moon, it's fresh, fresh, fresh. I'm hearing potentially for some of us, never seen before. A absolutely new start is coming in with this Aries new moon. And with that, know that you have the power to go for it. Spirit is saying, what are you waiting for? Be prepared, be ready to go for it, because that new start is coming in for you, which is why it is so important to, with this energy of this new start coming in and the confirmation for you of be prepared to go for it, to know that you have the sovereignty, the power, the personal authority, the autonomy, the personal control, the experience, the heart to lead you forward into this action. because the Aries card in this other oracle deck is all about taking action. And the Emperor energy is also about taking action. But it's taking action from the heart. It's taking action that's aligned. It's taking action that is compassionate. Both of these sovereign leaders go for it from a state of compassion and sovereignty and ruling their kingdom with a just mind and a fair heart. And with this new start coming in, it is absolutely imperative, I am hearing from Spirit, to act upon this new energy from the state of your highest self, your inner emperor, whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine, because that is what will spring it forward. I'm almost hearing, like, for some of us, instantaneously spring it forward with this energy. That is powerful. And 1111, as I'm just finishing saying that, so 1111, this is like huge master energy coming through, master numbers, master alignment coming through. You might see even 1111 on your clocks and 1111 on your receipts. And if it is, stop in that moment and make a wish about how you're going to take inspired action forward, because that window of 1111 to 1112 a.m. or p.m., wherever you are in the world watching this, is a 1-minute call to action to shift your energy and set your intentions for this fresh new start coming in right now. So now I'm going to go into the lovely, the one and only poesis, which I've been so loving in my readings lately. I hope you have as well, to see what potential stirs at the depth for us all with this Aries new moon and this fresh new start coming in for us with this lunation. And then I'm going to, of course, read the poem that goes along with it. And if you're already jazzed up, I'm hearing, for this reading, if you're like, yes, I'm sovereign, yes, I'm in control, yes, I'm leading from my heart, yes, I feel this new start coming through, give this reading a like, subscribe if you want to become a birdie in the nest of guidance. We would love to have you here. And look at this. Do you see this? I love when cards decide to just volunteer. And I always accept when cards volunteer. So, we have explore. And this is kind of a feisty little brash energy. I mean, like, look at this. Like, explore. Explore from a place of sovereignty. I'm hearing taste the new adventure that's awaiting you. And it's like, it feels like almost like portal energy a little bit to me, this card, because it's like you start here and then suddenly you're here and then suddenly you're here. It's not like you have to walk this full path. It's like you time warp, you jump, hop, skip, and jump, like wormhole energy, if you know what I mean, through this journey, through this exploration that you're going on in this new start, right? Go for it. Go for it with this exploration energy from a place of sovereignty and personal power, because you have all you need to explore this brand new adventure and brand new landscape and brand new reality, brand new energy on you already. So I'm going to quickly find the Explore poem for us. Okay, here we go. The poem that goes with the Explore card. Don't run. Stay. Stay as you learn what is... Stay as you learn what it means to fill your own cup, even when it feels like it's a drop at a time, even when it feels like you are trying to mine water from a rock. Stay until you touch the source of the river. Don't run. Stay. Stay as you explore what makes you come alive, what it feels like to live inside your own senses, what it feels like to encounter the great beauty and the great sorrow that dances within all things. Stay as you learn what it means to be you. Don't run, stay. 100 petals exist in one flower, and a mountain can be entered through 1,000 different doors. Look at this. A mountain can be entered through 1,000 different doors. I'm not even done reading the poem yet, but I just needed to share that. There is no need to keep on climbing. Step through to one opened to you. Explore. Step through one of the 1,000 different doors that are open to you. Step through. Go for it, because there is 1,000 different doors opening for you with this Aries new moon. Okay, let's see what energetic theme is coming through with this potential to explore this power. Whoa, it happened again. This is a really beautiful balance, and because we have the card of sacrifice here, which is traditionally the Hanged Man in regular tarot, and when you think about the energy of the Emperor and being the lead and control, the personal power, the personal sovereignty, you don't tune into the energy of sacrifice with it. Usually it's like you're fully in control, so what is there to sacrifice? But the energy of exploration can involve a little bit of sacrifice. And this energy of sacrifice is to sacrifice your expectations, sacrifice your assumptions, sacrifice your perceived outcomes as you explore, right? Explore and sacrifice what you think you might be exploring even as you start what's coming in through you with this new moon. As you go for it, know that this is a revelation coming through. You're tapping into full alignment, full creation with that 12, and also miracles. And you're coming through from the mud, from the dirty water, because you're choosing to explore from a place of this personal sovereignty with this Emperor energy coming through for you, with the energy of I'm just going to go for it and act and explore through this energy. Okay, so let's go into my tarot deck to see how these energies are happening for us through this lunation. I just noticed that the clouds in this card are actually flowers. And again, one flower has 1,000 different petals. So there's 1,000 different doors and 100 different petals, I think is what it said in the poem, for you to observe, for you to explore, for you to tune into. So again, sacrifice your expectations, sacrifice your assumptions, sacrifice the outcomes that you are perceiving, because the universe, spirit, God, goddess has so much more in store for you when you just explore from a place of adventure and going for it with this energy. Because you might be looking at the flower and thinking that there's only 10 petals when there's 100. You might be looking at the adventure that awaits you and thinking that there's only 3 doors when there's 1,000. So if you release that expectation, that assumption, that outcome of, oh, there's only 3 doors, then you will see the full 1,000. If you release that expectation, that outcome, or that assumption, sacrifice it. Let go and let God, I'm hearing. Of there's only 10 petals, you will see the full 100 bloom. And again, this Emperor has all of those 100 petals already at heart, in hand, I'm hearing. So let's go into my tarot deck here to see what last messages come forward for us with this reading. Aries New Moon. Ooh. Wow. 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 Let's get into it. I'm so excited for all of us. What is manifesting? What is manifesting through releasing the expectations? What is manifesting through the sacrifice of the outcomes? Just all the new passions and inspirations and ambitions you've ever wanted for yourself. Again, right? Something new is coming in because you've sacrificed the outcomes of what you assumed would happen. You got out of the box, I'm hearing. And the Ace of Wands is that new manifested fire. Also, Aries is a fire sign. So take charge from a place of compassion and knowing that you have 1,000 doors of opportunity and 1,000 petals waiting to bloom for you. Because the Ace of Wands is this very, very, very first fresh, fiery, passionate, inspired, motivated new beginning waiting for you when you release the expectations of what you think might happen. So tap into, I'm just going to release what I think might happen. I'm going to release my expectations, my assumptions. I'm going to release the past. I'm going to release the ties. I'm going to release the outcomes because I know I am manifesting so much more because I am sovereign in my energy, where I am in my life, of my emotional state, of my mental state, of my physical being. And then you, as you, again, release the sacrificing, release and sacrifice your outcomes, your expectations, your assumptions, your past, your ties to what you think might happen. You bring through manifested, envisioned, passionate, inspiring, ambitious, big ambitious new beginnings for yourself. And then what's being transmuted through that energy is two-way abundance. You tap into the energy of giving and receiving. You, again, it's this energy of you're sovereign, you're in control, but you're not brash. You're leading with your heart. So the Six of Pentacles is this energy of two-way abundance, of being an authority in your life, but also sharing that energy with others, of having the vision of the 1,000 doors and 100 petals you're walking through and blooming, but sharing that level of abundance and opportunity and blessing with others, of being an emperor, but also being a subject, of being a teacher, but also being a student, of offering, but also accepting, of sacrificing, but also receiving. So that is what's being transmuted and manifested through this energy, is two-way abundance that gives and receives in equal measure for you and for your life and for all people surrounding you, I'm hearing, right? For all people surrounding you, receive, is what Spirit says. And then we have here what is being manifested through this, which is so beautiful and very healing energy, it feels like, is the King of Cups. So tuning into that again, wise and sovereign, but also loving leadership. Because the King of Cups is that emotional balance, emotional maturity, emotional intelligence of having your heart clear and your mind locked into your emotional state, both online and moving in the same direction, having your divine masculine energy of the action and the assertiveness in alignment with the divine feminine energy of the inspiration and the flow and the intuition, both in charge and all on the same team, going through, again, the 1,000 doors and the 100 petals of blooming. And this could also be connecting into water sign astrology energy within our life. So you might find that you're tuning into this level of emotional balance, emotional maturity, compassion, love, groundedness through the deep waters, as he is literally, there's literally a ship, a little boat sailing behind him. So being that grounded sovereign energy through the deep waters and through the deep emotions for yourself and for others, and could also be connecting you into water sign people, which would be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, and leading from that energy of intuition, flow, assertiveness, compassion, and grace as you go for it and as you act upon it. And then what is being manifested for you as you sacrifice your expectations, your outcomes, your assumptions, your past, your old ties, your thoughts, and your limiting beliefs or old beliefs connected, is literally miracles, right? You choose to explore as you sacrifice the old energy, and then you receive the universe manifesting your wishes. You receive your prayers being answered because you realize you've been connected to Source, God, Goddess, Universe all along through the whole process. That is why you don't have to run through this exploration. That is why you can sacrifice and still go for it, because you have that sovereign knowing, right? You have that sovereign knowing that you are being guided. You are being guided through this energy as you explore this fresh new beginning. And this is a card of renewed inspiration, right? Look at this. Renewed inspiration, renewed passion, renewed ambition. Standing up again. Again, right? I saw that energy of it's like sitting, preparing, adjusting intentionally to stand and rise and meet your dreams. I'm hearing face to face. And embrace this energy with action as you go for it. Embrace this energy as you explore what is happening for you, because there is so much waiting for you to explore in this new beginning. And the universe is saying it's time. It's a fresh new start, one that you have potentially never seen before happening for you. And now it's just time to explore the passionate, burning new beginnings of your manifested dreams. That is the intuitive reading for this Aries New Moon that kicks off this brand new lunar new moon year for us. I hope this reading resonated for you. Again, subscribe if you'd like to become a birdie in my nest of guidance, and give this reading a like if it resonated for you. Comment if you feel so inclined, and I will see you in my next intuitive channel. Namaste.